Hi doll friends, welcome back to my craft room. Today I want to share with you how I come up with quick doll outfits that I use in doll photography. Gianna here, or is Gianna, one of my viewers said that they believed her name was pronounced Gianna, so I'm going to try to call her Gianna. Gianna here is wearing her original sweater, but the dress that she has on with the sweater came from the pant leg of a doll, I'm sorry, not a doll, of a child's pair of leggings. So I want to show you how simple it is to come up with fashionable designs for your doll using thrift store finds or using clothes that you no longer want to keep. So I'm going to change my camera angle and I'm going to show you how I determine what types of clothing to use when making my dolls. Here is what is left of the pants that I made Gianna's dress from. And as you can see, I've pretty much cut it apart. So this is the waistband, original waistband of the pair of pants. And her dress comes from the missing portion, so I cut off what's the part that's missing, and here's what was left. And I want to show you that if you take advantage of the existing features of a garment, this already has elastic in it. So I've cut along the seams. Let me see if I can, I'm trying to put this in a way where you can see I've cut along the seams. And now you can see I have pretty much a pretty good expanse of fabric here. So if I wanted to, I could, let me get another doll to demonstrate it. If I wanted to, I could take this elastic band, wrap it around the doll's waist, assuming that the fabric's wide enough to fit around the doll, and stitch it up, and then you have a skirt. So I can hem it, and now I have a skirt for my doll. So while I was at the thrift store, I found these items. This is a pair of doll pants. I keep saying doll pants. This is a pair of children's pants, and they're all knit fabric. When I saw this, I thought Minnie Mouse. So I'm thinking I may do something Minnie Mouse inspired with this piece, with this garment here. And I try not to spend more than $1, guys, when I'm looking for these things. Here's another pair of pants. When I saw this, I thought dress. And I like the design. I like the roses and the all-over design. And I also like that it's of a smaller scale. So the design will not overpower the doll. So I picked it out thinking this portion would make a great dress for a doll. Here are a pair of pants. Let's see, best way to show it. Okay, so this is a pair of stretch pants. It reminds me of workout gear. So using the hem of the leg of the pants, this would make a great pair of pants for a doll. And I will show you how I do that. Here's a halter. It's made out of knit fabric. If you can't tell, I love knits. And again, $1. And it's enough fabric here that I can cut out pieces and sew up a garment, or I can use the hem and make it into a tube dress or some other garment. And I will show you the finished projects from these items that I'm showing you as much as I can. I haven't made some of them, so I will make them up and show them and insert pictures at the end of the video. This is a scarf, and I guess an infinity scarf. And again, this is stretchy. Great item to make a doll dress or leggings even. It's just so many things, or even accessories for the doll. Okay, and this is a child's top. You can see the sleeves already missing, and I will show you where it went. But I wanted to show you things to look for when you're purchasing doll or items from the thrift store, or when you're looking through the items you're going to give away. Look for items that already have like embellishments. This had a little I guess it's like a little ruffle. If you look real close, if I can get the camera to focus, and I don't think I'm going to be able to, but it's a tiny ruffle here, which I thought would make a good embellishment for a dress. I will also show you, this has already been cut, but this ruffle here, this was actually from a pair of child's stretch pants, and this is the hem or the cuff of the pants. So I use this to make a doll outfit, and I will, again, I'm going to insert pictures at the end of the video so that you can see some of the fashions. So let me show you, first of all, how Gianna is able to fit the dress that she's in. So a pant leg may or may not fit your doll. In most cases, the pant leg, depending on the size of the clothes that you buy, the pant leg may need some alterations in order to fit. So what I do is I turn the pant leg, I cut it off the length that I want it, and then I turn the pant leg inside out and I slide it onto the doll. Now, in the case of stretch pants, I find that most of the time the stretch pants have one seam along the inner leg and the crotch, and there is no outside seam. So what I do is I take that seam and I put it along the back of the doll. I place it on the doll the way that I want it, and then I pin out the excess fabric. Okay, so let me see. I have pins running along the excess. So I pin it how I want it to fit on the doll, and then I pin up the back. And then I'll slide this off the doll, take it over to the sewing machine, and stitch. You can take a pencil and mark along the pin so you have a stitch guide, but I normally just eye it. It's not an exact science. So I'll take it over to the sewing machine, and I'll sew up the back of the garment. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. So I've taken this over to the sewing machine, and I have stitched up. I did not use contrasting thread. I do apologize. So I know you cannot see the actual seam, but what I try to do is I try to start somewhere along the existing seam line and then follow the pins along when I'm sewing. So I'm going to cut this out, and you'll be able to see. I'm going to cut just leaving a small seam allowance, and I'm going to do that off screen, or let's see if I can do this on screen and not mess up. So I'm cutting along the seam line I just sewed, just to make so now you can see the seam allowance. So I cut about a 1/4 inch seam allowance off, just trimmed it down, and see the shape of the dress. Remember, I pinned it along the back of the doll, so this is following the doll's curve. So I'm going to turn this inside out and slide it onto December here and let you see the finished result. Change this camera angle here. Bear with me, please. I don't know if I'll edit this out, so if I don't, I'm apologizing ahead of time because I'm still learning how to edit. Okay, so camera angle changed here. And now here's December. She's in her dress. So it's a strapless dress. And if I turn her around, you can see how it fits her. It fits her curves. Okay. Now, the other thing you can do is, if you don't want a strapless dress, is you can take a piece of matching ribbon, which I don't believe I have any, but give me a second, I'll check. No, I don't. So I'm going to bring some that doesn't match just so you get the idea. You can take a piece of ribbon, or you can even take a strip of the fabric that the dress came from. But I like to you can take a piece of ribbon long enough to tie around the doll's neck and tack it in the center here. Oops, that didn't work well. Hard to do this, sorry. Okay, so you can tack it in the center and it becomes a halter dress just by tacking the ribbon and tying it around the doll's neck. If you want, you can put a little small jewel or button here to embellish at the center front as well. So this is December wearing her simple doll dress from the leg of a pair of child's pants. Now, I showed you a minute ago this top. So this is the top that I showed you a minute ago. And the sleeve is already missing. So let me show you where that sleeve is. Carmen here is wearing the sleeve. Now, I said I like to find garments that have embellishment on it. And this is on her inside out, by the way. So if you look close, see how that ruffle feature makes a pretty little trim along the bodice of this dress. And again, I pinned it along Carmen's curves along the back. So I have a pin. This part here pretty much fits her spot on, and then I started pinning it along her shape to about here, because again, the rest of the leg, sleeve of the top fits fine. So pin this out. Now you can see my pins. And again, you can mark along here and then slide it off the doll and sew it. But I just eye it. So I'm going to go sew this one up and I'll be right back. So here they are in their outfits. Yuko, I went ahead and cut the pant leg off of the pair of stretch pants that I showed you earlier. And the difference is, instead of pinning it so that she had a narrow hem like Gianna's dress, I allowed the fabric to follow or the pant leg to follow its natural course where it flared out. So her dress is more of an A-line. And so that's it. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will try some of these ideas for your own dolls. I'm sure it can be scaled down to a Barbie doll, but I like 18-inch or 16 to 18-inch dolls, so I buy my clothes accordingly. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it. Please subscribe and hit the notification button so that you know every time I post a new video. And I will, at the end of this video, show you some more pictures of some of the other outfits that were made using this same process.